Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome back class 7 to your physics class. Today we are going to start a next topic, that is transfer of heat. Children, if I ask you a question, when we heat one end of a pan while the other end also gets heated, what is the answer? The answer would be it is due to the transfer of heat. Now, if I ask, while boiling water in an utensil, we only heat the bottom of the utensil, but water at the top also gets heated. Why? It is because due to the heat transfer. Similarly, if I ask you a next question, that how does the transmission of the heat from the sun to the earth occurs? Or when we go out in summer, we feel hot, very hot, isn't it? So, as you wonder why this happened, this is all because of transfer of heat. The flow of heat from an object at a higher temperature to another object or to another part of the same object at a lower temperature is called transfer of heat. Now, heat is transferred in three different ways. First is conduction, second convection, and third is radiation. All these three different modes of transfer of heat we shall be discussing in detail one by one. Let us start with the first mode of heat transfer, that is conduction. Conduction is the process of transfer of heat in an object from its hot end to cold end without any actual movement of the particles of the material. Conduction mainly takes place in solid, but it is possible through liquids and gases also to some extent. The molecules in solids are very tightly packed, but they are free to vibrate about their mean position. When a solid is heated, the particles of the solid that are in direct contact with the source of heat start vibrating faster. These vibrating particles collide with adjacent particles and transfer their energy to them. Thus, heat energy is transferred from one particle to another. The process continues till the heat energy reaches the other end. Next is conductors and insulators. The materials that allow the heat to pass through them quickly are called good conductors of heat. All metals like silver, copper, aluminum, iron, and the alloys like brass and stainless steel are good conductors of heat. The rate of conduction of heat is different in different metals. Silver is the best conductor of heat, followed by copper, aluminum, and iron. Next, the materials that do not allow heat to pass through them are called bad conductors of heat or insulators, like plastic, thermocol, wood, glass are bad conductors of heat. Students, do you know that air and water are also bad conductors of heat? Most liquids and gases are bad conductors of heat. Next is uses of good conductors of heat. First is cooking utensils. Cooking utensils are generally made of brass, aluminum, copper, and alloys. Why? Because they all are good conductors of heat. Heat can be transferred easily from the flame through these metals to the food being cooked. Next is thermometric liquid. Students, do you know mercury is a conductor of heat? Mercury absorbs heat from the object, gets heated quickly and expands. Therefore, it is used in thermometers. Next topic is uses of bad conductors of heat or insulators. First is insulating handles. You have seen appliances like cooking pan, pressure cooker and electric iron at your home. Have you noticed that their handles are covered with plastic? Why? Because these handles do not conduct heat from the appliances, because those handles are made of plastic, and plastic is a bad conductor of heat. Hence, you will be able to easily hold those appliances with your hand. Next is false ceiling. False ceiling are generally made of plaster of Paris or wooden plyboards. False ceiling provide a space between the roof and ceiling, and this space is usually left vacant and is filled with air. Since the air in between the two ceilings is a poor conductor of heat, it prevents transmission of heat from either side, and thus false ceiling keeps the room warm during winter and cool during summer. Next is double walls in an ice box. An ice box has a double walled covering, and the space between the two walls is filled with a bad conductor of heat like cork, glass and wood. So that they prevent the transfer of heat from outside, and as a result ice does not melt for a long time when it kept in these bags. Next is gunny bags. Gunny bags are made of jute, so the air in the pores of the fiber acts as an insulator, and it does not allow the outside heat to reach the ice. Thus, the ice does not melt for a long time. Next is woolen clothes. In winter, we wear woolen clothes. They have pores in which air gets trapped. Air and wool both are bad conductors of heat, therefore, they prevent the flow of heat from our body to the surrounding, thus, they keep us warm. Quilts. A newly made quilt has fluffy cotton. Cotton has air trapped in it. Since air is a bad conductor of heat, it does not allow the flow of heat from our body to the surrounding. Thus, it keeps us warm. In an old quilt, the cotton gets compressed and has little air trapped in it. Hence, a newly made quilt is more warmer than an old quilt. Next is insulating covering of water pipes. In cold countries, water pipelines are covered with an insulator like asbestos. The insulator does not allow the heat of the water to pass to the surroundings. Thus, the water inside the pipes does not freeze, and this saves the pipe from bursting.